Pay attention to the Boudin Bakery on our right. This is the oldest bakery in the city and dates back to 1849 and the gold rush. The fish market, coming up on the right, reminds us about the times when the wharf was a serious fishing port and Italian fishermen set up stands along the shore to sell fresh seafood just off their boats. If you look to your right, you will see the famous Fisherman's Wharf crab sign. As one of the nation's most popular destinations, attractions at Fisherman's Wharf have now outnumbered the fishermen, and the many fishing stands have been replaced by shops and restaurants. A great place for kids of all ages. Sightseeing stop number 2, Fisherman's Wharf Activity Center. Frost is very unusual. Fog, on the other hand, is something we have to deal with often, especially during the summertime. In fact, the famous American author Mark Twain was an eccentric lady who wore trousers, smoked cigars, and dressed like a man going out to gamble. Another eccentric but more feminine lady was Marilyn Monroe, who was photographed in front of the St. Peter and Paul Church on our left after her marriage to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio. Now, the park in front of the church is more than 150 years old and has survived threats of development, underground garages, and other potentially damaging changes, all fought by local area residents.
It's a neat walk every day.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, all kinds of history.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this fountain, this is actually really cool fountain. After the 1906 earthquake, this fountain was standing, and this is where a lot of survivors went for water and everything. So it's kind of like a symbol of the survivors. Here to the other side. But this is starting to be like the theater and shopping district. But that's Union Square over there. That's where we do the Christmas tree and everything.
Oh, okay.
That's the big mason there.
And get a glimpse of the Ferry Building from 1898, one of our most beloved and recognized buildings. If you get a chance, each Saturday there's a great farmers market at the Ferry Building and a fabulous view of the bay. We are now on Market Street and should have a good opportunity to see one of the famous streetcars that dates back to the 40s and were running on the streets of San Francisco until 1982. Today, they are running from Fisherman's Wharf along the Embarcadero to the ferry terminal and continue along Market Street to the Castro District. Most of the cars were manufactured in the U.S. and served in both Europe and North America. Now, have your camera ready and look right for a beautiful view of our United Nations Plaza, fountain, statues, and City Hall. Our next stop is City in the mid-90s for around $137 million. This new building blends Beaux-Arts styling with contemporary high technology. And look to the right to get another glimpse of the Pioneer statue before we make a stop in front of the Asian Art Museum and Many consider the City Hall the most beautiful building in San Francisco. It was completed in 1915 and designed by John Bakewell and Arthur Brown. It is crowned with a dome trimmed with gold leaf and is designed to be taller than the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. The cost of the City Hall was an astonishing $3.5 million. But it also includes more than 10 acres of marble shipped from Italy, New Hampshire, and Vermont. And the 4-story building covers 2 city blocks.